So first up, we got the boy Miles Maniac Garrett. Now, I don't think they call him Maniac, but I'm going to call him Maniac because Miles Garrett is a man. This man is so talented, he probably thinks a quarterback sack is just a fancy accessory. I'm talking about stats that make an offensive lineman lose sleep. Garrett's no joke, not unless you compare anyone trying to block him to a stand-up comedian. You get it? Well, obviously, I'm not a stand-up comedian, but let's look at some of his stats. Miles Garrett was the number 1 overall draft pick in the 2017 draft, drafted by the Cleveland Browns. His current team is still the Browns. Garrett dominated at Texas A&M with his blend of size, speed, and technical prowess, earning unanimous All-American honors in 2016. His NFL draft expectations. He was expected to immediately bolster any defense as a franchise-defining edge rusher. His college accolades: unanimous All-American in 2016 and 2-time first-team All-SEC 2015 and 2016. His career stats up to the end of 2022 season. His tackles is 261, 74.5 sacks, 13 forced fumbles, 4 fumble recoveries, and 14 pass deflections. In the NFL so far, he's went to the Pro Bowl 4 times, 3 first-team All-Pro, NFL sacks leader in 2021, and defensive MVP this year. So, I mean, so far he's lived up to the hype. I still don't think he's better than Pat Mahomes because what you don't do is choose a DN over a generational quarterback, of course, you know what I'm saying? But Miles Garrett turned out to be a generational. So that wasn't a bad pick for the Browns, but it was a bad pick for the Browns because, I mean, that's Patrick Mahomes. You see what I'm saying? And the Browns still have yet to find a quarterback because Deshaun Watson, I mean, what can I say? So we moving on to the next pick, which is Mitchell Trubisky. Trubisky. I only call him that because I'm a Ravens fan. Mitchell Trubisky. So next is Mitchell Trubisky, the quarterback who was supposed to be the Chicago Bears messiah. Even though he showed more flashes than my uncle's neon Bermuda shorts at a family barbecue, he just didn't live up to the hype. While his time with the Bears had more ups and downs than a roller coaster at Six Flags, I don't know what the Bears was thinking. And I still don't understand how a North Carolina quarterback always slide up in there some kind of way. But that's a story for another day. Here's some of his stats. So Mitchell Trubisky was drafted 2nd overall to the Chicago Bears. After his brief stint with the Chicago Bears, he went to the Buffalo Bills. He definitely had a little clout in Chicago. He did a little thing, you know what I'm saying? He went to a Pro Bowl and everything, you know what I'm saying? He showed a little potential, you know what I'm saying? Trubisky's stock rose sharply after a standout junior year at UNC where he displayed accuracy, mobility, and a strong arm talent. And you know how that go in the draft. It's always a quarterback who come out of nowhere whose arm was just strong or something. They be like, oh, they just be cooking him. And he was one of them because he got drafted 8 spots before Patrick Mahomes. Patty Cake Mahomes. His draft expectations wasn't that high, but it was because he was number 2. And he was viewed as a potential franchise quarterback with the skills to lead an NFL offense. And they seen all that from UNC. With that level of competition. His collegiate accolade was 3rd team All ACC. Come on now. ACC, bro. ACC football is cool, but I'm just saying. Let's just be real. All right, so his career stats up to the end of the 2022 season. His passing yards, 11,763, 71 touchdowns, 42 interceptions, 87 passer rating, 1,081 rushing yards, and 9 rushing touchdowns. His notable achievement is, like I said, that 1 Pro Bowl he made. And, you know, he did pretty good, but that 1 year where the Bears was going crazy, but other than that, he has not lived up to the potential, and he has not showed none of us any reason why he should have been drafted before Patrick Mahomes. Miles Garrett can put up an argument because he turned out to be a generational and helped turn around the franchise. You still don't want to take him over Patrick Mahomes, but, hey, moving on. So coming in at number 3 is Solomon Thomas. The man with a name fit for a king, but a career that's been more like a game of checkers. Jumping around, but still in the mix. He's had his moments, proving that even the king can get their crowns adjusted, and still, no reason to go before Patrick Mahomes. But he's still a solid player. Here's some of his good old stats. Drafted number 3 by the 49ers, Solomon Thomas came in from Stanford. He was celebrated for his versatility along the defensive line, displaying explosive athleticism and technique. His draft expectations was anticipated to be a disruptive force on the defensive front, capable of impacting games immediately. His collegiate accolades were his first team All Pac-12 2016 and Morris Trophy 2016. His career stats in the NFL is 123 tackles, 16.5 sacks, 6 forced fumbles, 2 fumble recoveries, and 6 pass deflections. Thomas has contributed to his team's defensive efforts through his NFL career and has not yet matched the high expectations set for him at draft day, especially going at number 3. He currently plays for the Jets and he has played for the Raiders. So he's bounced around a couple times in a short amount of time. I ain't gonna say short, it's not short, but you know what I mean. He's not a generational. You don't let generationals bounce around, so that's just that. He's not Patrick Mahomes. He's good, he's solid. But still, so far, Patrick Mahomes at number 10 still looking crazy. Crazy work. That's crazy work. So we're going to move on to the next person. All right, so now coming in at number 4 is Leonard Fournette. As I like to call him, Playoff Lenny. Turns into a beast when the postseason hits. You already know how it go, man. He got that Super Bowl ring with Tom Brady. That was an epic run. It's like he's playing Madden on rookie mode when he was out there. I ain't going to lie. I remember he came in rookie going crazy, running people over. We kind of fell off a little bit in Jacksonville, but, you know, he came in going crazy. You know what I'm saying? But Leonard Fournette was drafted 4th overall by the Jacksonville Jaguars. His current team is nobody. But he played for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. No, he was with the Bills this year. I'm wrong. My bad. His current team is the Bills. Fournette was a highly touted prospect coming out of LSU, known for his power running, speed, and ability to dominate games. And I'm sure we all remember some of them highlights from college because he was a beast at LSU. His NFL draft expectations, he was expected to be a foundational piece for a franchise running game, bringing a blend of size and speed rarely seen. And he did come in going crazy. Like I said, he fell off a little bit, but it was Jacksonville in that time. Everybody fell off. In college, he was a consistent All-American in 2015 and first-team All-SEC in 2015. His career stats up until the end of 2022 is 4,478 rushing yards, 34 rushing touchdowns, 239 receptions, 1,600 receiving yards, and 8 receiving touchdowns. His notable achievement is a Super Bowl championship. And he set numerous franchise records with the Jaguars for rookie rushing performances. I mean, you know, he playoff Lenny, you know what I'm saying? He made a name for himself and got a ring. So he did pretty good, but still, he's not Patrick Mahomes. That's all I'm saying. My boy Leonard is almost out the league, but you know that's how they do running backs. It's kind of not fair, but I mean, just saying. Patty Cake Mahomes. So far, it's still no justification for him not being number 1, possibly number 0 overall. So next is Corey Davis, number 5 for the New York Jets. Well, the Jets is his current team, but he was drafted by the Tennessee Titans. Corey Davis, the wide receiver with hands so reliable he could probably catch a greased pig in a hurricane. Well, that was in his recent years, because when he started, he was a little shaky. They thought he might have been a bust. Though not always in the spotlight when it shines on him. It's like watching a Broadway star hit that high note, you know what I'm saying? Because he just eventually made it to that point that you would hope he would reach, especially being a number 5 pick, but still not to go over Patrick Mahomes. But you know, he turned out to be good because at first, like I said, they was trying to call him a bust. But remember, Tennessee, who was throwing to him? Like, you know what I'm saying? You know, look who was throwing to him. But he was drafted 5th overall by the Tennessee Titans. He only played for one other team, which was the Titans. He currently played for the Jets. No, I'm lying. Well, he do play for the Jets, but he decided not to play this year, so he didn't play for them. I don't know if they released him or they own his rights, but I didn't look into that. But he didn't play this last year, just for whatever reason. After the catching ability, coming out of Western Michigan, Davis was renowned for his route running, his hands, and his after-the-catch ability. Finishing his college career as the FBS all-time leader in receiving yards. He snapped. He really snapped. Anticipated to be the number 1 receiver for an NFL team capable of making an immediate impact. They had high expectations for him coming into the draft. Some of his college accolades is consistent All-American in 2016, 2 times MAC Offensive Player of the Year in 2015 and 2016. His career stats in the NFL up until the end of the 2022 season is 260 receptions, 3,884 receiving yards, 24 receiving touchdowns. His greatest notable achievement in the NFL is getting that big check. He played good enough in Tennessee his last year to turn up and warrant a big receiver check, and he got paid. But then he went to the Jets, and he played pretty good, and then he checked out. Personal reasons, and mental health is real, so I understand. But 5th overall with Patrick Mahomes, nope, you failed, Tennessee. Moving on. So coming in at number 6 enters Jamal Adams, a safety who hits harder than my mom's wooden spoon. Sorry. Personal trauma. Adams has more energy than a double shot espresso with a highlight reel to match. And I'm trying to tell you, Jamal Adams is definitely a beast. There's just one knock on him. He can't cover. So basically, the catch is, they say he's a certified DN or linebacker. That's the word on the street, but you ain't hear that from me. I hear it from memes. Jamal Adams was drafted number 6 in the 2017 draft by the New York Jets. Currently plays for the Seattle Seahawks. A brief background on Adams was he was a standout at LSU for his leadership, his versatility, and playmaking ability in the secondary, earning first-team All-American honors in his final college season. His draft expectations, he was seen as an immediate impact player in the secondary who could contribute in coverage, they got that one wrong, against the run, and as a leader on and off the field. His NFL draft expectations was seen as an immediate impact player in the secondary who could contribute in coverage against the run and as a leader on and off the field. And we know all that was correct except for the part about coverage. Because like I said, they call him a certified linebacker. His college accolades is first team All-SEC in 2016, and second team All-SEC in 2015. His career stats up to the end of 2022 season: 356 tackles, which is amazing for a safety, 21.5 sacks, which is also amazing, 4 interceptions, 6 forced fumbles, 3 fumble recoveries, and 33 pass deflections. He's a 3-time Pro Bowler, 1-time first team All-Pro in 2019, and set the single season record for most sacks by a defensive back. That was number 6. And let me tell you, even though Jamal Adams was great, still, so far, no one has a case to be drafted before Patrick Mahomes. Like I said, the only one may be Myles Garrett, because he's like the only generation on this list so far. But we got 2 more to unfold, and let's see. Coming in next is Mike Williams. Mike Williams, that boy be climbing that ladder for catches. You would think he got a moon bounce under his feet. I'm talking about he should moonlight as a firefighter the way he be climbing that ladder. You feel me? Let's get into his stats. Drafted 7th overall in the 2017 draft by the Los Angeles Chargers, Mike Williams came in as a premier player from Clemson national title championship winning team. Williams was known for his physicality, catch radius, and ability to make contested catches. His draft expectations expected him to be a top receiving target and immediate contributor with his blended size and athleticism. His college football playoff national championship in 2016 and second team All-ACC in 2016 were his accolades. And his career stats thus far: 292 receptions, 4,758 receiving yards, and 29 receiving touchdowns. And I'm almost sure he got about 2-3 passing touchdowns, if I'm correct. I didn't look up the stat, but I'm pretty sure he does. His notable achievements in the NFL is he emerged as a critical playmaker for the Chargers with multiple seasons of over 1,000 receiving yards, showcasing his ability as a deep threat in the red zone target and sure to get in that bag, because he's definitely one of their top targets. So he is pretty good, but again, still not good enough to go before Pat Mahomes. But I mean, the Chargers made a good pick so far because he contributed to his team. But I'm pretty sure they would have liked to have Patty Case. Justin Herbert cool, but ain't no ring come yet. And Mahomes got a ring within his first 3 years, and Justin Herbert already, he lost that race. So all right, coming in at number 8 is Christian McCaffrey, a running back who's essentially a Swiss Army knife and a dog. Except every tool is just another way to score touchdowns. When healthy, CMC is like that guy at a party who can play guitar, sing, and somehow isn't annoying about it. And I'm talking about, and he gets all the girls and everything else around it. Christian McCaffrey is a beast, certified beast. I'm still not going to say he should have won before Pat Mahomes, but he is one of the other players, besides Myles Garrett, on this list who could have possibly won before Pat Mahomes, and we still can't understand because he is also a generational talent who could change a franchise and has changed franchise. But now let's get to the stats. Christian McCaffrey was drafted 8th overall in the 2017 draft by the Carolina Panthers. Brief background is, at Stanford, McCaffrey was a versatile offensive weapon, breaking Barry Sanders' NCAA record for all-purpose yards in the season and finishing as a Heisman Trophy runner-up. His draft expectations hope to transform an NFL offense with his multifaceted skill set, contributing as a runner, receiver, and returner. Pretty much a Swiss Army knife, like I said at the beginning. His accolades in college was consistent All-American in 2015, Paul Hornung Award in 2015, AP College Football Player of the Year in 2015. His career stats up to the end of 2022 season: 4,060 rushing yards, 34 rushing touchdowns, 396 receptions, 3,381 receiving yards, and 18 receiving touchdowns. I mean, this man puts out production. And let's just not forget to mention he went to the Super Bowl twice, once with Cam Newton and once with the 49ers. So he's definitely been contributing. His notable achievements in the NFL is 4-time Pro Bowl, first team All-Pro in 2019 and this past year. First player in NFL history with 1,000 rushing yards and 1,000 receiving yards in the same season. He's crazy. C-Mac is a beast, and we can't deny that. But again, maybe one of the other players, him and Myles Garrett, who have somewhat of a case on why they could have won in front of Pat Mahomes. But still, no, Patty Cakes, Pat Mahomes should have won number 1. And now we at number 9. One more player before Pat. And at number 9, there is John Ross, drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals. John Ross, who ran a 40-yard dash so fast he might have traveled back in time to warn himself about his hamstrings injury, because that sure did derail his career somewhat. Ross has the speed that says, I could have caught the road runner if the Coyotes just had called me. Currently is a free agent right now. His last team he played for was the Giants. Brief background on Ross is Ross made headlines at the NFL Combine with a record-breaking 4.22 second 40-yard dash, which is blazing. At Washington, he was known for his speed and playmaking ability. Expected to be a game-changing deep threat due to his unprecedented speed, he had high draft expectations that came pretty much at the Combine. But before that, it wasn't much. You didn't hear too much talk about him. But it's always like that at the Combine. Every year, somebody will just, come in and to showcase their speed and jump up the draft board somewhere crazy. His college accolades are second team All Pac-12 in 2016. His career stats: 62 receptions, 957 receiving yards, and 11 receiving touchdowns. It almost don't seem real to be the 9th overall pick in the draft, but I mean, what can I say? His output in college did not warrant for him to be number 9 pick in this draft, but you know how that goes, speed kills, and it will kill your franchise as well. His notable achievements in the NFL is hold the current record for the fastest 40-yard dash in the NFL Combine, and that's pretty much it. His career kind of been hampered with injuries, affecting his ability to consistently stay on the field and contribute. So John Ross for number 9, straight bust. Not to say he a bust because it still can go, but I'm just talking about as far as like what we talking about going before Pat Mahomes. So now that we got through these number 9, let's talk about who we came for the 10th overall pick in the 2017 draft, and it's the one and only Patrick Patty Cakes Mahomes boy. And there you have it, folks. The King, Patty Cakes. He is the grand finale. Patrick Mahomes, the man, the myth, the magician, the legend. Drafted 10th, but playing like he was sent from the future to show us mere mortals how it's done and show you how you don't know how to evaluate quarterbacks, because if so, he would have went number 1 overall. And with 3 Super Bowl rings, MVP titles, and all kinds of accolades to show you that y'all don't know what y'all talk about with this draft process. The Pat Mahomes is living proof that sometimes the best is saved for last, obviously, because he was the last pick in the first 10, but at least he made it into the 10. Shout out Andy Reid and them for going back to get him, because, I mean, who would have known? They must have knew something we ain't know, because obviously it's 9 teams that came before him who didn't know. As a matter of fact, it was somebody in this 10th spot, because the Chiefs traded up to this spot to get that. So let's go into some of his stats. Drafted 10th overall, Patrick Mahomes was drafted to the Kansas City Chiefs. Coming out of Texas Tech, Mahomes was celebrated for his arm strength, his athleticism, and improvisational play. I'm gonna leave that in the script. Okay. Despite concerns about his transition from a spread offense to the NFL, he showed potential to be a franchise quarterback. Now, I didn't see it, but I did remember when I was watching the draft and they said he had threw for like 4,000 yards like 2-3 years in a row, and I was like, that is definitely kind of crazy in college, especially what he had at Texas Tech. He didn't have 4,000 yards worth of receivers, but he made it happen. So he been showing you he can win without superior talent, like he just did this last year with Van Der Scatton and all them scrubs. I ain't gonna say scrubs, but they ain't really like that. They ain't no Tyreek in them. His draft expectation was viewed as a high ceiling prospect with the talent to become a top NFL quarterback with some developmental needs, which was obvious because in college his accolades was the Sammy Ball Trophy in 2016 and second team All Big 12. He ain't even come first team All-American, and he's still going crazy. His career stats up to the end of 2022 season is 18,991 passing yards, 151 touchdowns, 37 interceptions, 66% completion percentage, and a passer rating of 105.8. Notable achievements is NFL MVP in 2018, Super Bowl MVP two times first team All-Pro, led the Chiefs to multiple AFC Championship games, Super Bowl appearances, setting numerous NFL and franchise records. Patrick Mahomes is that guy, and I don't understand how he fell that far, but I mean, hey, it's the NFL, and nobody's perfect as far as figuring out how to, draft quarterbacks or to evaluate talent. So this was the 9 players drafted before Patrick Mahomes. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you come and like and subscribe, because I'm gonna have a lot more videos like this and all kinds of stuff. It's not gonna just be around sports. On my channel, I made it a media outlet because, I'm eclectic and I love culture. So I like more than just sports, and I want to report on more than just sports. So, I mean, well, just not saying it like that, sports, but I just want to report on more than just like one topic. Like, I can understand they say make multiple YouTube pages for this and that, but like, I just want my YouTube page, and I just want to put out my media like a TV channel. Like, you don't watch NBC and it's only one type of show on NBC. It's all kinds of shows on NBC, and that's how I want to be. So I appreciate everybody who watched my video. I hope you like and subscribe and come through some more. Peace.